welcome to the first little Friday of 2025. A whole new year upon us, and I decided I'd go with this particular kit because what can I say? This one that I bought off sentimental value, you might say, but also, yeah, I just wanted it. So, as you can see, this is the Revell 144 scale Emirates A380-800 airliner, United for wildlife aircraft model. It says on here, and it is a big box, as you can see. It's about half a meter long. Let's take a look. Take a measure. 21 inches long, 54 centimeters big across that side, which suggests that the model within is also pretty big too. So at least I hope that's what it means. So a little background about this kit. So back in, when was it? It would have been December of 2017. Family and I were going to Uganda for our cousin's wedding, or my cousin's wedding, and long story short, we were delayed landing in Dubai. We flew Emirates, which is why this. So we flew. Need to put something up there too. There you go. So we flew Emirates. And so basically, because of flying Emirates from England, you change at Dubai. You've got no choice in the matter. So we left Manchester, flew to Dubai, and on arriving at Dubai, the plane was delayed landing because of fog at the airport. So we were circling for, I don't know, about an hour. And we finally landed, and basically we missed our connection. So we had to spend the night in Dubai, which was fine. And then the next day we go back to the airport, get on the plane, and fly to Uganda. The plane from England, we flew from Manchester. The plane from England to Dubai was one of these. Not this particular one, but it was an Airbus A380. I don't know if it was an 800 model or whatever, but it was one of these. We were on the lower deck, and the plane from Dubai to Entebbe, the airport in Uganda, was a Boeing 777. Again, I don't know which version of it. I'm assuming it was either standard or long one. I don't know. Also an Emirates. But let me get to the point. As we were on the tarmac at Dubai, waiting to take off. So that's a big sprawling airport. I mean, it's I could say it's a mess because it's such a big place, but then most, from what I've seen, a lot of international airports are quite big, sprawling things. Anyway, such a big place that to get from the building to the plane, you don't go onto the airplane yourself. You get off the you put in a bus, and the bus drives you to the airplane because it's that far away from the buildings. At least it was for us. I'm sure there's other airplanes, other flights where the plane's parked right up against the departure building. Anyway, again, get to the point, Mark. So we're sitting on the airplane, and I'm sitting on the right side of the plane. On the window seat, because I like the window seat, and the plane is waiting to take off. I think we're in a queue or something like that, and I'm looking at the outside, and there's airplanes coming and taking off. One airplane that approached, coming towards us, was this plane here, with all the animals painted on the side of it. And looked at it, took some pictures, such as you may see here, and I thought that's curious. That's a nice thing to do. A plane came around. These vehicles are really big. It's hard to tell just how big they are unless you're actually near one. And even when you're on another plane, it was like 200-300 yards away, and it still looked stupidly big. So when each approach came and then took off, and and then it was our turn to fly. And anyway, we came sometime later. Let me see. March 21, so looking 2 years later, 3 years later, I see this on eBay, so I thought, buy that. And yeah, I got a piece of paper here. So I bought it from Essential Appliances. Yeah, and so basically it's a brand new kit. Cost me £21, post free, which is awesome. It's £21.99, £22. So is that a good price for this kit? I mean, for a large kit, I think that is a good price, to be honest. But you know, there you go. Apparently they sell Essential Appliances on eBay. I don't know if they're still there, to be honest. If they are and they have something you want to buy, you know, knock yourself out. Anyway, that's the story of what led me to buy this airplane. So, you know, having seen the actual real life thing in the field, as it were, I thought, yeah, on the tarmac, on the runway, I decided to buy it. And it's been sitting in the stash for, well, 4 years now, nearly 4 years now. So I decided it's about time I had a look at it. So yeah, so here we are. The cover, Emirates. Over here, if we can get it. Oh, that thing's heavy. We got a little foil, you know, thing with Emirates on it. So it looks like, as it says on here, Emirates, and it is licensed. It says so there. Official licensed product, Emirates. So the airline has sponsored Revell or has something to do with Revell building this kit. Anyway, I don't know how it works, and if I'm wrong, if you know how it works, write it down below. Anyway, this is the first look. So the box, the front picture on the front is that. On this side, as I just noticed, you have 6 languages about the airplane itself. Yeah, that ring light is it's very good for lighting things up, but on shiny paper like this, not so much. Oh well, so I'm looking at the camera at the screen over there, which is just below you. Yeah, so I'll just have a quick look at this. Emirates is on a mission to raise awareness of the illegal wildlife trade. And let's get in focus. So that's the English bit. Pause and read that if you'd like. But I'll summarize what it says here. They're supporting United for Wildlife, a campaign that brings together the world's leading wildlife charities in a fight to end this trade. The trade is in illegal wildlife trade, so it's good of them. So yeah, you got the barcode there. On this side, I can barely get under the box. So I'll show you there. So that's what it says on there. It's basically a vertical image. So put it on the shelf like that if you want it. On the other end, it's the horizontal version of it. Yeah, they're nice. And on the top end, we have, get it right around. The paint colours that you're going to need if you want to paint this in the stated livery, in the Emirates livery, I guess. An advert for Revell paint products. Little thing about the kit. Picture of some plastic. We'll see more of that later. And here it said level 5, blah blah. And that's it. On the back, just a plain cardboard box. So let's take a knife and cut my way into this thing. Find a knife. I think today I'll use this weird thing. Let's see. Not that you can see what I'm doing. Well, so I need to tidy up this bench, this table. As you can see, there's some crap either side of me. So the working space is just right, but for models this big, it's a bit tight. But yeah, I need to tidy up is better what I need to do. So let's still one more to go. There we go. That's all of them. And let's get in. There's some very big bits of plastic. It's all white plastic, some clear plastic there. So yeah, let's do what I normally do. Find the paperwork and let's get into it. So at the bottom of the pack, we've got all the paperwork. Wow. Look at that decal sheet. That's a lot of decals of photographs of airplane of animals. Yeah. Let's actually have a look at this first. So as it's the first thing, zoom in. So bear and rhinoceros, two animals that don't normally share the same environment, but as is the lions and tigers. But what else do we have here? Doors, the Emirates logo, some numbers there. So we've got 3 different aircraft we can pick from. So I'll take a look at them. Let's have a look. Let's see what vehicle it is here. So I'll probably do a little impromptu fill in to see if the plane I saw is one of these. Lots of little lines, all these windows, which I always find a bit disappointing that you need decals for the windows in this thing. But it's been a long time since I built an airliner. The last one I did was, wow, yeah, 2007, 2006 maybe. I never finished it. That was on the A380. Another Airbus, tiny plane compared to this mess. Sorry, compared to this huge behemoth, this big bird, this big girl. So anyway, the decals printed in Italy for Revell, it says down here, and they do look very nice. You know, good quality decals. Yeah, designed by Decals products. So, yeah, I've nothing much to say about this except this is going to be the probably the most difficult. Well, I say difficult, probably the most taxing part of the build. Anyway, I'll put that in the box. Put that in there with it. Next up, the instruction manual. Can I get it all in? Yes, I can. Again, tilting it up to avoid the reflection. So, picture of the painted aircraft on the front there. Airbus A380, Emirates of Wildlife, etc. And on the inside, we have a little leaflet here, which, what is it? Safety advice. We get a double-sided A4 sheet of safety advice in numerous languages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 languages. So, not to leave anybody out. So I'll leave it flat like that. And then the instructions, your standard Revell fare, standard modern Revell, your standard modern Revell instructions. So I'm guessing that they're showing you and not just telling you. So I assume this means read the manual. The assumption here being that the builder is going to be a man, which in this case it is. I'm sure there's some ladies who will be building it too, aren't there? After, if you're a lady who's built this thing, tell me no. Or you build the aircraft in general. Yeah. Put your link to your channel below and I'll share it out to everybody. It says blah 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 stuff to do. It's fairly what's the word? Words are hard, man. Self-explanatory, that's what I'm for. So basically, 1, wash the parts. Careful when you cut them off. Test fit, glue and so on. Paint, stir the paint. They're using a little Revell pot there, such as Humbrol used to make. Still do, I believe. Anyway, there it all is. So yeah, over here you got all what the legend of what the little symbols mean. Yes, seen all that before. And then this page, we're on pages 4 and 5, tells you what the paints are. So these are all in Revell paint, Revell numbers, and there's a. I say there's a lot of them. There's really the only paints you need are white and silver and some green if you're painting the. I don't know what these are for, but anyway. Now the downside for a lot of these, some of these colours, is that you got like that one over there, which is 50% grey silk matte and mouse grey matte. Two versions of grey to make a colour number G. And then down here you got iron metallic and rust matte. Yeah. So what I generally do is just find the closest approximation in my paints of choice, Tamiya in this case. So that's what I'm going to do. Or I spray Tamiya paints, but if I'm brush painting, I normally use. Do I have one handy? Yes, I do actually. Just pick one at random. If I'm brush painting, I normally use the little Vallejo paints. They brush paint very nicely. A lot nicer than Tamiya paints, surprisingly enough. Or the other ones. I'm not going to get out. Well, yes, I am actually. Where do I keep these things? Down under the desk. Speaking of under the desk, I really need to clear up the space under here because it's, I've got a keyboard down here for the computer in front of me, but then I've also got most of the rest of the space, which is where I could put in all this stuff that's on the desk, is covered by half a dozen cameras. And if you want to know more about these things, let me know. I really need to make a video about, not this one, let me see, my favourite Olympus camera, this one. So if you want to know more about this little beauty, let me know. Listen to that sound, man. Anyway, yeah, like I said, about a dozen of these cameras down under here, and I think some of them are going to go. Some of them need to go to new homes because they haven't been used in a while, and there's nothing worse than leaving a camera to stand idle for a long time. They just eventually stop working. The best way to keep a camera, like a mechanical piece of equipment like that, working is to use it on a regular basis. It's almost as if the use of it doesn't wear out. So it wears itself in, as it were, and the more you use it, the more likely it is to keep on working next time you need to use it. Anyway, back to the kit. So this page, pages 6 and 7. Page 6 has the first set of sprues. Wings and fuselage and tail parts. A little clear part there. Over here, got some of the other smaller pieces and such. Engine nacelles, engine fronts. Some black pieces there, so some pieces that you don't use, I'm guessing. What are those pieces? I guess we'll find out when we look at the plastic. So down here it says need spare parts. And apparently if you need spare parts, then you can contact Revell service with the part item number, which I assume is the model kit number, which I haven't mentioned actually. This is kit number 03882, says on the box there. So there you go, up here as well. So you've got part number, kit number 03882-0379. On the box it doesn't have the 0379, so anyway. Yeah, I'm really taking my time with this, aren't I? Page 7 starts with the build. The build starts on page 7, and as you have guessed, as you may have suggested, as you may have written, so the build part starts on page 7 with, as you may have guessed, the cockpit, as is tradition. for wondering, that's somebody else's line that I've stolen. So I'll put their link in to their channel below. Go watch them. She's currently, this is Quinn, Blondie Hacks. She's currently building a model steam engine, which is most interesting. It is to me anyway, because I do have a slight background in engineering, and she's doing all the stuff that I wish I could do, but I don't have a metal workshop. And if I could afford to have one, if I had the space for one, more accurately, I'd have one. But you know, money be damned. Anyway, let's start with the cockpit. There's a few pieces there. So basically, the seats, are the seats molded in, or are they spare parts? No, it looks like the seats and the whole cabin is one piece, and the backboard is the second piece. And then in stage 2, you're assembling some landing gear. I'm guessing this image here is what it's supposed to look like, and these are all the parts with all the paint callouts. D and B. So what's D? So that's that looks like the nose gear. Doesn't tell you what it is, unfortunately. But, D, aluminium metallic. C is iron metallic. So iron and aluminium. And B, which is silver metallic. Yeah, so silver, aluminium, and iron on the nose gear. I believe it's a nose gear because it's got these pieces here, which I've no idea what these are. You can't even see them. Might help if you could. So these pieces, this piece here, which I've seen on modern aircraft. So it looks like there's 2 cylinders facing forwards, and I'm guessing something to do with the suspension or whatever. But if you know what it is, tell me below. So that's stage 1, stages 1 and 2. Go on to page 8, putting together more landing gear. So stage 3 is assembling the landing gear, the nose gear bay as well, into which you install the landing gear, the wheels and everything. Got the wheels over there to assemble. And then sections 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 are all to do with assembling the main gear. There's a lot of wheels in this aircraft, and yeah, there are 2 sets of 6, and there's also 2 sets of 4. Or there are 3 sets of 6, 4 sets of 4. So that's what that piece is going to look like. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces assembling the main gears, and there's like 1, 2 of them. Now you've got a question mark up here, which means that you've got options. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you what these options are, which is disappointing. So yeah, just wondering, have they designed it this kit to have just 1 set of gears? Because I know there's a hell of a lot of landing gear underneath it, but it looks like they've only got the main 6-wheeled main gear, such as you may find on the Boeing 777. So, because I know they've got, yeah, so there's some gear missing in this, so already we've got a kit that's wrong. Anyway, go stage 10, you put together what I believe is the tailplane, made from 2 parts, as you can see there. Can you have to see properly on the screen? I'll make some adjustments to the thing. Pages 10 and 11, which are the center, are mostly assembling the wings. Sorry, assembling the other tailplane. Or is it the wing? Yeah, I think you're assembling the wings. Yeah, section 11, wings. So yeah, so I was wrong. So that's the main wing. 10, one of the wings. 11, the other wing. So 2 pieces and some tiny greeblies to put on the wingtip. And then you have to put the main gear in. Now, interestingly enough, you've got 2 boxes there. So that's got the main gear in, but then you've got this other box here, which I think would have the other sets of main gear. Because as I say, this plane has got a lot of wheels. So let's get a picture from the internet. You can see over here. So why they've missed out, half the landing gear, I don't know. I guess it means there's fewer parts to assemble, to mold. So if somebody else is building, has made a kit of this plane, let me know. I'll go and have a look to see if I can find one that has all the wheels in. So yeah, so assembling the fuselage there, because again it's showing you options. So I think, is it giving you an option to build this plane without the landing gear? I was wrong. I've made a fool of myself. I'll show you why in a moment. So anyway, you're building the main gear, blah blah, putting the wings on, the fuselage here, and then down here, section 17, more landing gear. So assembling another set of landing gear, 18 more gear. This is the 4-wheel bogies. So I was wrong. Yeah, this is what happens when you assume they've got it all wrong. So yeah, it is accurate, I believe. So I've got the more main landing gear then, which is to assemble all 4 wheels onto the pieces and then drop those in there. So you got all the wheels. I'm quite relieved actually that it does have them, because I would have been very surprised if I was right. And yeah, anyway, page 13 gives you sections 22 to 31, and as you can see there, they've made it quite simple. So you get that piece there, those 2 pieces together, great, those 2 pieces together, 24, 24, 25, 26, 27. Basically you're assembling lots of pieces that look virtually identical but are not. Or are they? I'm guessing these are parts of the bits that go underneath the wings. I don't know the technical I don't know the technical term for them, but I believe they're the bits that go under the wings that fit to the moving parts of the wings and have the mechanism that allows the wings, the moving parts of the wings to move, the flaps to move up and down and forwards and backwards and in and out. Right then, section 30 down at the bottom of page 13 is, I believe, the tailplanes this time for realsies. Yeah, so I've got all these pieces that I've put them together, which should go on the wings there. Tail fins is section 33. We're on page 14 now, and then there's sections 34, 35, 36, 37, all the way down to 40. So 33 to 40 inclusive is you're assembling the engines, or the engine modules. There's a Rolls-Royce engine tab. Trying to see if I can tell. Let's take a look at this. Because usually these engines have the maker's mark on them somewhere, but it looks like it may be too small for this scale. No, probably isn't, but it just isn't here. Maybe Rolls-Royce didn't want Revell to put their name on these engines. Maybe they're not Rolls-Royce engines. Maybe they're Pratt & Whitney with General Electric. Most likely to be Rolls-Royce, because Airbus is partially British owned. So I'll find out. I'll put it here, exactly what kind of engines it has on it. Not this particular one, but what engines are most likely to be used on an Airbus A380. So that's all the engines you're assembling. Paint as you go. Then you've got some extra bits to put on the back of the engines, and then section 43, you're putting the engines onto the aircraft. So down here you've got numbers for each engine. So section 42. So basically the numbers are referring to the build parts of the engines. So it's still a bit haphazard, because while the drawings of the engine pods here, there and here, they all look identical, right down to the little piece that sticks on, and they all got the same number piece. All the pieces that go together, are they the same numbers as well though? Let's have a look. So 129, 130, 130, 132, 129, 130. So yes, so it looks like you got basically you're making two engines twice. So they've got identical parts. So you've got to make sure you get the. I'm assuming the inner engines will be the same on either side, and the outer engines will also be the same if mirrored. So you don't need to mirror them, but you get the gist. At least I hope you do. Anyway, get on to the next page. To page 16 all the way down to 16 and 17. And on this page you're putting in the cockpit, windscreen, the wingtips, section 45. Section 46 is also greeblies and aerials on top of the aircraft. And then you're going down here to put the some more greeblies on the bottom of the aircraft, little fins and aerials, I'm guessing. Got a little bit that goes on the back of the airplane, which is I believe maybe the exhaust for the auxiliary power unit, which is usually like a small jet engine turbine. And then you get to page 49 and things get interesting, because you've got the gear bay doors, and it seems that you have to cut them apart to put them in, because so far you've been building the aircraft with the wheels down. So it looks like they've designed it to be built wheels up or wheels down. So I'm guessing if you're building it wheels up, because this is the last stage of building, so you've got the option here at the bottom. It shows you the same places where the engines are, but without the showing the same places where the undercarriage is, but without the wheels. So you can just put the part straight in. Part 159 for the front nose, wheel. You have to cut it into 3 pieces, which you then assemble there, or don't put the nose wheel in and just put that in there. Same with the main gear. So I think so. I may, when I get around to building this airplane, build a stand of sorts so I could mount it up, wheels up. Because the least pretty thing about any airplane, in my view, is the landing gear, having all those wheels, especially with this one, got all that rubber hitting the ground. Like I say, airplanes are designed to be flown, not to walk around on the ground or roll around on the ground. So yeah, building them with the wheels up should always be an option in any aircraft model kit. So, and happily this one gives you that option. So you do spend a lot of time building the assembling the landing gear, and it does tell you that it is an option, but it doesn't. It tells you it's an option with the little question mark, but it doesn't tell you what the option is. Because when you got the option there, I'm thinking, is there 2 different types of landing gear for this aircraft? I don't think there is, but there you go. Anywho, last sections are basically putting the aircraft in air option. Let's zoom in a little bit there. So it's the first time that you see this here. Say silhouette of the aircraft wheels up instead of wheels down, which is all the other silhouettes. So let's just have a look. Does it show you wheels up anywhere else? No, it doesn't. So there you go. So I guess this right here is a good reason to read the manual before you start building the kit, and to decide how you're going to build it. Because if I want to build it wheels up, I would have had the impression that there is no option for building it wheels up, because it's not until you get to the last building section, literally the last sections 54, 54 and 55, that it gives you the option to put the landing gear, to build it with the gear up, or to finish it with the wheels up on the gear bay's door, and the gear doors and the gear bay doors closed. So, but it does give the option, so at least you got a thumbs up for that, Revell. Yeah. Anyway, but if you could have told us sooner that you have this option at the beginning, it would have helped out a little bit. Anyway, Acrylic Arts. well, actually, there's no real color callouts. Decal callouts, I think this is. So you got all the decals for the animals, and all the other little decals on for the doors. Now, what they could have done was had another picture of the sides without the engines on, so you could see all the other little decals that get in the way there. Because there's decals under here that you can't see because the wing's in the way. Like in decal 43, which goes down there somewhere. Yeah. Decal number 26, because there's a door there just above the wings, the emergency exit, I believe. So there you go. So anyway, that's your sideways views of where you put the decals, and some paint colours as well. You've got the paint numbers required for the outside, for the exterior, because it's showing red, even though what is painted red on the outside? Nothing, as far as I can see. Maybe the little lights, there's some lights involved, I believe. But I can't see any red painting, so A, the aircraft body, so just pure white. Anyway, you've got the, and then here you've got the top of the aircraft, top view of the aircraft. Again, it shows you red, but it doesn't tell you what you're painting red. At least I can't see what's going to be painted red. And then on the back, more decal fitting. Red, so the Emirates logo, you paint a big circle to put the red on. Which is correct, because there's no big red decal. So I guess that's the only real colours you want to paint the aircraft. Yeah. Left hand side engine, so basically got a close up of the engines there to show the decals that go onto that. Which is nice. So basically you're seeing the engines on both sides. Or are you? Yes, you are. Right hand sided engines. Left hand sided engines. So there you go. So you got the engines are handed. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting enough, as it's showing you the engines, like this part's here. Section 41, that big number there, which refers to the build section, which is 41 for that engine. It doesn't mention build sections for the others, just that one. Not sure why. 37, just that one. Not sure why. Anyway, that's the instruction manual. It shows you how to put the kit together, but there's very little information about what you're actually doing. I suppose you can see what you're doing quite well, so there's that. But it would be nice if it was told at the very beginning that you have the option to build it with the wheels up. And instead of spending all this writing telling us, you know, there's a lot of stuff here telling you how to get spare parts, which would be for you if you've lost some parts, or if the parts are badly molded and just need replacing, which does happen sometimes. You know, sometimes quality control isn't as good as it could be. Anyway, that's the instruction booklet, which is on the whole fairly good. You give it a good 7 out of 10. It could be better, like the instructions in it could be slightly better, but there you go. Revell is the registered trademark of Revell Gumbert, GmbH, Germany. www.revell.de. If you'd like to go take a look at them online. And that's the build manual for the Airbus A380. Whew. Take a little break, and then we'll carry on with the plastic parts in a moment. In case you're wondering, that's why I was taking a break. Cake. I'm watching Stacey RPG, listening to Pink Floyd, What Do You Want From Me, from the first time. So it's the third song on the Division Bell album. Is it a third song? Something like that. It's one of those tunes which I I keep meaning to do a video for it using entirely clips from Babylon 5. Yeah, yeah. If I ever get it done, or if you think I should get it done, let me know, and I'll work on it. I do have the technology to do it. Just having the will to do so appears to be the only thing preventing me. So I can see something there. We can lower it down a bit. How high is it? Yeah, I can lower it down a bit. Anyway, just watching. Okay then, everybody. So let's take a look at some plastic. So basically, we're starting from right now. The parts are inverted, so the bits that are currently on the top were at the bottom. Doesn't matter. First bag, it's like wings. Some very large wings. Get out of the bag and take a close look at this plastic. Glossy plastic, shiny plastic. Glass is in the way. There you go. So the plastic is really quite shiny. That's the underside of it. But aside from that, it looks quite clean and tidy. Things get in the way. Just a moment, please. The cable plugged into the cable plugged into the into you there. Yeah, downloading video from the iPhone to make room for this piece of video. Anyway, so here we have the wings. Now, with stuff like this, it's always good to take a look at the trailing edges of it, because they're like the thinnest parts of the plastic, and there is like a flat on the edge sort of thing. So when the parts are together, the top half of the wing is quite sharp. The bottom half of the wing has a bit of a flat on it. So it looks like we will need washing as well, unless there's my fingerprints in there, which could be the case. Greasy fingers. So yes, so I will be putting this in the wash in the sink, probably in the bath, because this is too big for the kitchen sink. Yeah. Where was I? You've got markings on here of little holes in that, which are hard to see given the lighting. There you go, there's someone there. All the panel lines are recessed, which is a good thing for modern aircraft. Looking at the mounting holes for the engines, there are different spacings on those than they are on there, which means it'll be impossible to get the wrong engines on the wrong parts of the wing. I do, from what we saw in the instructions before, the outer wings. So look at the other wing. The outer engines, the spacings are about the same. So the outer engines are slightly different to the inner engines. So that means that you won't get the wrong engine on the wrong part of the wing. Yeah, there is there is a substantial curve on these wings from looking at the real thing, and it is fairly well replicated on this thing, particularly down here. You can see that there. So yeah, so that's pretty nice. As I said, the markings are very nice. There is no separate trailing edges on this thing, so building it in flight may be the choice. And also because I don't want to go cutting up parts to make the doors open. So tail wings, it's pretty big. Got model aircraft of 172 scale, which is twice as this. I don't have wings that big, so this is a very big aircraft. So this is both sprue, both trees, both frames, both whatever you want to call them. And yeah, so these are sprue. Do they have a number on them? You've got part numbers starting at 108 on this one down to 103. 103 to 111. I don't know. And this one's 107 on this end and 105. So basically 4 pieces in each wing and each tree. And yeah, I'll give this a thumbs up. All looks very good to me. Which way around should I put them? That way around? Or back to back? That's better. Right. So those are the wings and the tail planes. Oh, also forgot the wingtips there. So vortex well, not vortex generators. Basically bits to they're going to on the wingtips help to smooth out the air as it goes right off the edge. I forget what the technical term for these things is. If I remember to put it in, I'll put it over here. If you don't see anything here, that's because I didn't. Anyway, those are the wings. Next bag. We have the fuselage. Looks like we're going to have tape on all of these, so no cutting involved. Oops. Let's get these things out of the box. Now, I was going to say that looks like there's flash on the top of it, but yes, there is a bit of flash, particularly on this one. But most of the little lumps and bumps are the lumps and bumps on the aircraft itself, so there's a bit of flash over there. It does have window holes, but there's no glass going to go into these, so but I understand there's ways to make it look like there is glass in these things by using stuff like what's it? Micro crystal clear, which will dries totally clear, so if I'm careful in positioning it in the holes to make it look like there's actual glass in the windows. No, I don't think they use glass actually, I think they use perspex or acrylic, because the glass is well, heavy and acrylic isn't. So there you go. All the panel lines are recessed again, may need a bit of a wash. There's only 2 bits of sprue holding the on the thing down here across the wing. Let's zoom out of it again. There you go. So yeah, nothing untoward here. So this one has even more flash on it. So there is a bit of flash on the top edge of the vehicle, a tiny bit on the bottom, but yeah, nothing a quick going over with a sanding stick won't fix. So they are also alignment pins, and says Revell in there, just over there. You can't see it because the lighting's bad, because this is very white. So that's the thing about unpainted plastic. Particular white plastic like this is translucent, so the detail that there is on the thing is hard to see because the light goes through it and hides it all, so, which is disappointing, but or annoying, not disappointing. But you know, a quick thin coat of surfacer will certainly show the any defects there on the surface, which they aren't any really. As I said, all the panel lines are recessed and very fine and thin. Certainly not quite as thin as it would be on the real thing. I can see, I don't know if it's visible to you, but there appears to be lines radiating away from the window holes. Where my fingers are going straight up, as you go here they move that way, and here they go that way. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. I can't see them on a little screen here in front of me. Maybe when in editing on the computer I'll be able to see what's going on. But yeah, they're quite visible here. It's just a surface thing, so you know, once there's no actual texture on there, so once the paint is on, it'll disappear. But it appears to be something to do with the how the little holes for the windows are molded, and this one is partially covered. Look at the windows on the other side. all of these appear to be near perfect. Near perfect, not perfect, but near perfect. So yeah, so I guess the only thing I'm going to need to watch out when I'm making this, assembling this, is to make sure that this thing's so big. Is to make sure that the alignment of the cockpit is good. Hopefully it will be. But, yeah, we'll see when it's come to building it, which hopefully won't be too long. Next bag out of the box is a smaller sprue than the others because it's got smaller parts, I guess. So in this bag we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues. So we'll start with this one. Again, the sprues aren't numbered as such, they're just sprues, all white and anonymous. Little pointy bits on there. This one's got wheels on the belly of the plane. Oh, we've got a cockpit there as well, which as you can see is all one piece. Cockpit, back door of the cockpit, and landing gear. I'm guessing this is part of the main gear. Oh, these are the main gear parts, yes. And engine parts, turbines, I think those are, and lots of wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 wheels. So I think that's all the main wheels. Though I do believe, from what I recall, that the nose gear has the same size wheels as the main gear, so just got one set of wheels for everything. I could be wrong. We'll find out if there's any. Oh yes, they are smaller wheels there, so I was wrong. So the nose wheels are smaller than the main gear. So these are all the main wheels, and you've got a couple of smaller ones over there, which we'll see on the next sprue. Detailing is nice, and as you'd expect, I'm just wondering when this kit is from. Let's have a look at the box there. Does it say? I'll do that at the end of the video. So this piece here, I believe, is part of the landing gear bay. So here's the nose gear bay doors, and as you can see, there's two pieces. The doors open up in an odd way, so those open up and these open up, and then when the wheels are down, this front part, this is the front of the airplane, this front part closes back. So you've got these two closed and got that two open, which is the gap for the wheels. Main gear, the nose gear, which aren't on this sprue. But anyway, yeah, the wheels are double-sided, which you'd expect, and the detail on these wheels, despite them being really quite tiny, is very good. Though whether it will show up on the camera is another matter entirely. So, but yeah, they look very nice actually. They're very well molded. Yeah. So that is that sprue. Let's pick another one. Next sprue has a whole pile of engine bits. So there's two different types of engines for this one. You can see these ones with the pointy, the fans. So these are the front fans. This plane, like a lot of aircraft of this type, uses a high bypass turbo fans. So basically most of the thrust of the aircraft is generated by these great big fans, which are the ones you can see at the front of the aircraft. And there's two types here. They've got this one with a pointy nose and got that one with a round nose. I'm not sure which is which. I guess I'd say the pointy ones are the well, I don't know. One could be General Electric, I think, and the other one would be Rolls-Royce engines, but I don't know which are which. I'd have to look it up later. Lots more tiny little pieces, or little tiny fins and greeblies. The nose wheels, little tiny bits there. Nose gear there. These pieces I'm guessing a part of the doors, the fans, and got all these little wedge pieces that fit on the wings. I think there's basically 4 sets, and I'm guessing they're mirrored, but I can't be sure. Because they're all, each of these are different numbers, so yeah, you've got to be careful putting them together, don't get it mixed up. And that's sprue. Next one, again more engine parts. So these are pieces for the engine. These are the bits of the front of the engine, the entry bay, the front of the engines, gear bay, got main gear brakes, I believe, or braking systems. So despite my skepticism at the beginning of this video, which was I skeptical? This model's got more detail on it, particularly on the landing gear, than I expected. So for its scale, these parts are, you know, quite wee and tiny, but very nicely detailed. More landing gear bits there, gear bay doors, and so on. So yeah, all engine internals. So this is the bypass bit. So the air from the turbine in the front goes round this piece. So this part is inside, and all the working pieces, bits that make the engine work, are inside this tubular section. The turbines, small compressors, turbines, and then the main turbines at the back that turn the fan blade at the front. So that's sprue. Again, nicely detailed, very fine detailing on all the parts, and not much more to say on this. So yeah, little brakes. And that sprue. And one more sprue. So this one has the more engine parts. So the main engine casings are on this one, complete with the spurs, sprues, parts, hangers that hold them onto the wings. So you've got the 4 engines there. I noticed that the casings are all the same, so it uses exactly the same casing regardless of what engine is inside it. So yeah, so as I said, there's 2 different engines available for this airplane, in this kit at least. More gear bay there, landing gear bay struts there. These little pieces, don't know what they are, and so on. Detailing is again same as before. You got some marks in here, so linings, what you call these things, location parts for the internal pieces. So and that is that sprue. Again, none of these sprues are numbered, unfortunately, but there you go. And we have one more very little sprue. I'm going to zoom in all the way on this one. This is the clear parts. So you've got the windscreen and some other clear pieces, which I guess are going to be part of the lights. Some of the lights that are visible on this aircraft. I'm not going to take them out of the bag. I guess you want to see them, I'm going to have to. So, and I want to see them too. So, nice big piece of flash on this, right at the edge there. Should come off. It should come off fairly easily. Also bits of flash on these pieces here. I'm not sure what those pieces are. They look like, I don't know what they are. I guess I'll find out. And more tiny pieces here. So flash galore. So there you go. So that's the windscreen, and it's got a couple of other little pieces. And in the box, and that's about it. So that's everything in the box. What can I say about it? Put this back in the bag, and then we'll have a quick wrap up. So, what do I think of the kit? As you can see, it is a pretty big airplane, but then it is a pretty big kit, even at 1/4 scale. I think the only model I've got that's bigger than this is the Valkyrie, and that's an even bigger plane than this. Is quite shocking. They're both the same scale, incidentally. So, yeah, I reckon the part of this kit that's going to take the time for me, anyway, is going to be putting the decals on, because they're all separate mostly. So, and by the decals I mean the ones on the side there of the animals. So, try to get on it. So yeah, the build, it is, as I said, it is an older kit from 2002. So, but despite that, the mouldings are very nice and still fairly crisp. I'm not sure if this is an actual Revell kit or if it's made by somebody else. I think it is a Revell kit because it does have the Revell imprinted on the Revell logo, imprinted inside the moulding of the fuselage there. So quite possibly it is. Yeah. Not much else to say about it. So, you know, a big kit of a big airplane, and yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Have you had a go at this kit? Are any of you fans of building airliners, for that matter? This is one of two. I do believe I've got another one in the stash. You may see that one a bit later. But yeah, as I say, you know, seeing the actual airplane itself on the tarmac. Well, tarmac's probably concrete over there. It was probably concrete, but seeing the actual airplane itself, this one, and it is the one I saw is. Let's have a look. Get the decals out. The one I saw, or that we saw in Dubai, is A6 EOM. So I think I'll make this one with the A6 EOM marking. What do you call it? Designation, license plate, if you like. So yeah, so I'm going to make the A6 EOM version. So yeah, and yeah, that's all there is to it. So yeah, if you've built this kit or are planning on doing so, let us know down in the comments, and because I'll be quite interested to hear that. So and to know what you're going to do with it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you got this far, again, leave a comment below. Yes, write something about wildlife model down below. Well, so, already says that, but yeah. Yeah. How about big elephants? Got flying elephants. Yeah, write flying elephant Dumbo in the space below if you've got this far. And thank you very much again for watching, and happy modeling. Yeah, take care, everybody.